Hey man, you think I could talk to you about something?
Yeah, man. What's up?
I don't really know how to say it, but I feel like both of my parents affected me in different ways. And it made me feel kind of weird. I always felt like when I grew up with my mom, I just didn't really get any of the care and support that you're supposed to get when you're supposed to be with me. I always felt like I was just there, and that was something I was forced to be around. And it really didn't feel like I could do anything to not feel like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I'm being honest with you, man, nah, I don't. Can you elaborate for me?
Growing up, she always made it seem like I was supposed to be her smart, independent child. It was always pushed into me, like even from a young age. I was away from a young age. Nigga, you gonna be the next Obama. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think it's fucked up. I don't even like Obama. Like that nigga. That nigga an asshole. And I don't know. And I know that hurt her too. And it be weird shit like that. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Shit. What do you mean that's gonna hurt her? Like, and you grown?
No, I know I'm grown, but it just feel like since it was instilled in me from such a young age, I can't even talk to her about what I really like. I can't even tell her I don't even like the person that was supposed to inspire me. I just have to sit here and act like her truth is my truth, and I had to do it. Like I said, since he was president, that's my whole life. It feel like just a constant facade, just a constant, why aren't you this, why aren't you that? And I don't know, man, it feel tiresome to put up with. My bad, I ain't talking about that. I'll keep it down, my bad. My bad, I just have to get my shit together. Shit, I don't know. I feel bad about it, and I feel like it still kind of affects me because it was like the only nice thing she'd ever really say about me, though. It'll be like, I don't know how I ever got designated as smart, but I was her smart child. And like, it felt like that was the only way I was given any type of acknowledgement by her in this world. If I wasn't that, I was just, a fuck up. And I felt like that made me do little things to try to strive to be smart, which exerted more of myself to be like this smart child. And for some reason, it made her think that I wanted to be independent and that I was an independent child and I ain't need that much work and she ain't need to be there for me and she just needed to be there for the other two. And I don't know, like, that shit really hurt me deeply. And I don't really know what to do with that type of stress. Like, I want to love her, and I want to like keep her in my life, and I want to keep her continuing to be like this important thing to me. But every time I think about it, it's just like you hurt me in a new way, like. And I think I don't want to say nothing because maybe I'm scared. Like, if I say something, you won't really love me because I just wanted to be treated better and I just want you to love me in a certain type of way. And I don't know, but maybe that's what hurt me the most with her. It's just the fact that I just feel like you just won't be there. And I feel like to a lot of degrees, if my mama won't be there, why let anybody else be there? And it made me feel like standoffish. Not even standoffish. It just made me go in my relationships like reluctantly. Like I'm just doing shit. But I know like at a certain point, everybody just gonna leave and that's okay. And like there's no real care, but like we could just pretend, and like I could put on the biggest smile, and I could just like give everybody everything, and everybody would be happy. And I'm good at making people happy, but I don't feel nothing back, and I don't know if that's normal. And at a certain point, I feel like I ain't never been normal. I feel like I ain't never been doing good if I ain't been doing things that wasn't put on me, if I didn't think a certain way, if I wasn't, held to a certain standard. If I liked anything that was weird, I was called X, Y, and Z, even by my parents. And I feel like it even alienated me and made me think no one understood me or cared about my perspective more whenever my perspective needed to be heard, or whenever my perspective needed to be listened to. It was always ignored because it was easier to just listen to what the easiest story was. And I don't know. I don't know. I think the easiest way I could try to word this in the story. I remember in the 3rd grade, I was in a music class, and we were supposed to play the flute or the clarinet, whichever one it was. Now, I'm horrible at hot cross buns. I'm horrible, like dexterity-wise. My shit is not going. I'm just having a bad day with it. And on top of it, my mother then called me all type of dope ass. She yelled at me, she whooped me. I was already having a bad day. Fuck. But I get into this class, and since I'm having a bad day, like, I just don't really participate, but it's fine. Like, it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Everybody's ass at the flute, or the recorder, there we go. Everybody's ass at the recorder. But today the principal wanted to sit in. Normally it didn't matter if I fucked off and I was having a bad day, the music teacher understood, but today the principal wanted to sit in. She was just upset at something. I don't remember what. My bad. She was just started to scream about how he wasn't trying hard enough, playing fucking hot cross buns. And my rebellious ass thought, I don't give a fuck about playing hot cross buns. I'm dealing with whatever the fuck I'm dealing with at home, and you yelling about me, about the school, talking about some hot cross buns. And I guess in hindsight, she was dealing with whatever she was dealing with, that she wanted to yell at a bunch of children about how they was ass at hot cross buns. So I start to get overwhelmed because I'm trying not to say my discontent for hot cross buns and how it's weird that you're yelling at us right now. So I start to flick my little keychain. It's like one of them little cheap keychain holders. I just keep flicking it, and it keeps, like, I won't lie, it's cutting her off. She's noticing it. Like, I'm flicking it harder and harder because I am reacting to what she's saying. So I'm like, it is low-key timing. And she gets so upset by it. She said, she gets in my fucking face and she screams, "You're gonna fucking respect me. You're gonna learn what the fuck to do when an adult is talking to you." And I don't know, it felt like it hit too close to home with me and what I was dealing with in my mind. And I just felt like in that moment, I wasn't gonna back down. So I just like looked at her fucking face. Like, I made it like the most I'm fucking mad at your face I could as as a 3rd grader. And she said, "Put that shit down." My bad, she didn't say that, but she a teacher. She said, "Put that shit down now," basically. I look at her, I slam it on the table. She says, "Pick that shit up. Fucking put it down the correct way. I fucking tell you to put it down like that." And now I did think in my head, I'm gonna get in so much trouble if I do this shit again. But in my head, I also thought of all the shit that I was dealing with. And so I slammed that shit down again. I'm like, fuck you, bitch, you ain't my mama. My mama the only bitch that can beat me. In my head, of course. That bitch snatched me up so fast. She started choking the shit out of me, like legitimately, dead ass, in front of 26 people and and a music teacher. Started choking the shit out of me. And I just remember, like, the first thing I thought was, damn, everybody just gonna let this shit happen. Just another thing everybody let happen to me, okay. And I'm thinking she's gonna stop soon. Like, she's just trying to get her point across. But she's talking to me while she's choking me. So you're gonna learn to fucking respect your elders. So you're gonna do shit right. You this and you that. I'm a straight A student. She's taking all her frustration out on me, but by this time I'm still a straight A student. Like, I think it's rare if I gotta be in the recorder class. Like, I know it's only third grade, but it's like I'm not a problem student. I've never talked back. Like, I'm every teacher's helper, because again, I'm programmed to believe this is what I'm should be, and I'm supposed to be nothing else. So like, this was like me starting to rebel. So she starts to choke the shit out of me, but she's choking me, and it's for like 45 seconds, and I'm a child, and I was already heated, so I was breathing erratically before. So I start to like low-key black out, and I just remember, like, I don't really remember what she says, because I just remember, like, all I keep thinking is, this bitch is still choking me. Like, I have enough time to look around, and I visibly see all the students like looking away from me as she's choking me. Like, they're trying not to look me in my eye, and I'm like, all you bitches are just gonna let this grown ass woman choke me. I'm looking at the like science teacher or a music teacher, and this bitch is just letting her do it. And she just finally stops, and she screams in my face about how disrespectful it is as I'm gasping for air. And she walks out, and she just goes back to teaching like nothing happened. She doesn't acknowledge me. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't act like if she's okay, act like if I'm okay. I remember a child literally said to me, I bet you won't do that again. And I'm just sitting there like, does it not really matter that this bitch just choked me? And I went home because I told my mom what happened. I told my mom. Of course, she was drunk. I told my mom, oh yeah, the principal choked me. I'm very upset about it. Like, I can't believe she did this. My mom looked me dead in my face, and I just remember her saying, yeah, your principal did call me. I already noticed her slurring. I'm like, fuck. She called me and she told me that he was acting belligerent in class. I already told her she choked me. I said, Mom, I slammed my pencil down. Yes. You doing disrespectful shit. I'm like, Mama, she choked me. No, you doing disrespectful shit. You slamming your pencil down. You doing this, you doing that. And I get my ass beat so bad. I get my ass beat like one of the, she just like, I'm getting like, I remember it's like lash. I think that one was one of the most I ever got. I got like fucking swacked back of the legs, rhinestone belt 45 times. No bullshit. And you won't believe it. She makes me write this letter. I have to write a big ass apology, 4-page letter about everything that I did to this principal. I hand it to the, and like my mom makes me go into school the next day, and she makes me hand it to her, and she's standing there. And the bitch looks so surprised that my mother is not suing her ass. Like, my mother, like, she looks surprised. She's like, oh, you wrote me a note? I'm like, yeah, my mother made me write you a note. She was like, I read your note. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Like, she's not trying to acknowledge that she choked the fuck out of me because of the lawsuit. Like, a week goes by, and my mother starts to like, I guess she gets a little sober, you know what I mean? She gets out of her stupor. She says, didn't you get in trouble at school for something? I said, yeah, when the principal chokes me. And she said, what? I was like, yeah, when a fucking principal chokes me. And she said, why didn't you tell me about it? I said, I did. You made me write her an apology note. She said, no, I didn't. I would make you do that. You did something else for that. Why would you make up this story about it? And I got beat again. But I really wanted to talk more, but I'm just getting tired, man. I appreciate you for listening. It's getting late. I'm gonna hop back on the game probably later. I'll talk to you later. Alright, now, I'm back. My bad. You still here?